Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, whenever you might be listening to this. This is the Buzz Bucks Podcast.
Podcast.
I'm Bert,
I'm Clay.
and we are here for Week 16 of the NHL season and the very minimal news that happened in that week. So mostly games to be talked about.
Yeah,
Hey, let's just get this out there too. Hopefully, everybody is nice and safe from the blizzard of the decade that happened this weekend.
there's been worse blizzards.
Okay, but
Telling
like
you
this
that
is the
right
worst
now.
one. First of all, this dumped snow across the entire eastern half of the country, like
Yeah,
like from Texas to Okay, whatever,
yeah.
Clay. I hope everybody's safe that's listening to this show. And if you had to
I
be
didn't say. I didn't say. I wish they weren't. But come on, there
Clay,
have been
Clay
days
apparently
there's
doesn't care about your safety, um, and wants to be a big boy and be like, "Well, there's bad storms out there."
Yes, you're in
Anyway,
New England.
I
New Englanders didn't give a crap about this.
yes, they did. By all the complaining that I saw, yes, they did, Clay.
That's New Englanders. They're complaining about
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, um, what are you drinking?
I am drinking Abita's Mardi Gras Bach. We're getting
Oh
it's
yeah,
Carnival season in New
yeah.
Orleans.
So yeah, it's getting
Um,
close. Or it is. Yeah.
so
Fat Tuesday. I'm drinking the same thing as last week. Super fresh because there was a blizzard and I didn't feel like going to the liquor store.
you guys stock up. It's rookie.
I thought about
It's a
it.
rookie mistake.
I was like already home on Saturday and I was before the storm and I was like, I'm not going back out. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I still had these two beers, so I was like, I think the folks listening won't
We'll
mind.
judge.
And also, you have drunk the same thing 2 weeks in a row a couple of
Yeah,
times.
absolutely.
So I don't have any news. Clay, what do you got?
All right. Let's start with the
Although
Atlantic.
I will say there are percolating maybe trades coming
Yeah.
before next. I believe it's next week's roster freeze for the Olympics. It's on
Um,
the 4th, I think it starts.
the there might be a trade brewing between the Islanders and the Rangers.
That was specifically
Um,
one I was talking about, which is weird that the two of them might do a trade. But
but it's Carson Soucy.
I know is Carson. Yeah, Carson Soucy might be going to the Islanders. We'll see. I guess we'll keep an eye on that
And for
as we
what?
record. For
That's,
what? Yeah, can't be for much. I wouldn't think.
I do have a couple of trade rumors as well. And we'll get to them, but they are out of the West. Start with the Atlantic. For Boston, um, Steves gets
Steve's.
extended. Alex Steves gets a 2-year 1.625 extension. Um, Depth winger center. So not bad. For Buffalo, uh, Josh Doan gets a 7-year by $7 million extension,
Yeah,
which is a steal. Is
yeah,
going to be a steal.
I think so because he's having a pretty good year already.
He's 23 years
Yeah, he's
old. He's
23.
he's played 49 games, 15 goals, 20 assists for 35 points.
Yeah,
He has been killing it.
yeah, and
Um,
theoretically he's only going to get better, right? He's only
he's only going
23.
to get better. I think the way he's playing, he might end up with a Selkie vote or two.
Really?
Like he's
Okay.
not going to win the Selkie,
Okay.
but like
He's
his
in there though.
yeah.
Maybe fifth place, something
Um.
like that.
Oh, not even that there,
Okay.
but like
But like
end up with
a vote or
just
two. Yeah.
end up with a couple of votes. Um.
Hey, somebody's got to win it this year. Barkov's injured, so
Yeah. Who's it going to be?
I don't know.
Um.
I,
And then we have a couple teams where players have apologized for certain things.
oh, there's more than
Um.
one.
Yes, because Sanderson. We talked about
Oh yeah,
Sanderson.
Sanderson.
Next day, he was like, "I did apologize to Miralainen." Um, that
Yeah,
was
that
what we
was
suggest.
definitely the coach being like, "Hey, stupid."
I don't
What
even
the
think it was
fuck?
necessarily the coach because,
Maybe Kachuk,
like,
somebody on it, or maybe he was
or
like,
him
mm,
because
"That was
he
dumb of
did
me."
say, and what we kind of thought, heat of the moment.
Yeah,
He was So,
Those comments
uh,
in any professional setting, not even just sports. If
mhm,
something happened, if something you have a bad day, and somebody's like, "Why'd you have a bad day?" and like somebody you work with was a part of it, be like, "Oh,
that guy.
Phil really fucked me over today," like,
Yeah,
and then the next day you're like, he wasn't the main problem.
right. So, and then the other apology was Willie Nylander having to apologize for flipping off
Yeah.
the TSN cameras. Um,
Yeah. I think it's funny, like, why'd he even do that? But
oh, because the camera was pointed at the box
oh,
because
when they were down
Nylander's
three
hurt.
nothing in the game, yeah, Nylander's
They're
hurt. Tanev
they're
was in
down.
there too. There was like four players in there.
It's all the injuries,
Yeah.
and they were literally talking about the injuries. To TSM was talking about the injuries while the camera was on the box, and in the box they have a live feed of the.
Oh, so they saw themselves on the camera. Yeah.
They saw themselves and were hearing them talk about all the injuries. Like Willie's not the only one staring at the camera while he's flipping the
No.
bird. Like the
No.
entire box is glaring at the camera.
I think at least
Uh,
Tanev was in there. I forget who else was up in there too, but
Dakota, Joshua,
oh
like
yeah, Dakota Joshua. Yeah.
everyone who's hurt, like Carlos in there, like everyone
It
who's hurt
wasn't
was in the
like
box.
it wasn't like a malicious flip off, right? It was more of like a hey, what's up, kind of flip off. Like
It
we
was
know
it
you're
was
looking at
both.
us.
It's kind of both. It's just like stop talking about us,
Hey man,
but
there's a game going
they're
on.
they're
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it
And
was funny. He's
oh, it's
probably gonna
hilarious.
get fined for it, but
It's hilarious. His apology was sorry I got caught.
yeah.
He's not actually apologizing for this, like, because
Stop looking at me.
I don't blame him.
I'm upset. I'm
But
injured. Get out of
I
here.
know, like, it probably gave Don Cherry an aneurysm. Like
He's not on
the
TV
whole
anymore anyway. He said
exactly
racist things.
the whole thing is the outrage is the same as like Joe Buck's disgusting act with Randy Moss. Like it's who cares? It's funny.
Uh,
Um,
oh, he mimed taking his pants down and mooning the crowd. A disgusting act. Get over
so
it,
yeah.
Grandma. God.
Um, and then I don't know how this is. I don't know what the excuse me, the AHL configurations are going to be, but the Bridgeport Islanders
Ugh.
are leaving Bridgeport and going to Hamilton
Boo. Stupid.
to
Boo.
become the Hamilton Bulldogs. And you can blame Chris and Lou Lamoriello for that, um,
Yeah.
because that's what Lou Lamoriello does. He did it to 3 or 4 minor league teams for the Devils.
Did he really?
Killed them.
I didn't even realize that.
Oh, he killed like 4 minor league teams on the Devils as the GM there.
Hmm.
Because again, you change the uh, what you call it, your team name from whatever they were originally to whatever
Sound Tigers.
you know.
Oh,
Well,
you're
I'm
talking
talking
about the
about
other
the
teams.
Devils.
But yes, he did do that to
But
Bridgeport
they
as well.
did the same. You change it to the um, parent or the major league team, and
Mhm.
then when you're already in a area where most of the fans of the minor league team aren't fans of the major league team, that alienates the fans there.
Yeah.
Because
Well, yeah, because you could, in Bridgeport's case, you could be like, oh, I'm going to go watch Sound Tigers game. Go Sound
right,
Tigers. And being like, a Rangers fan or something.
well, yeah,
But then you got to be like, I got to go watch the Islanders because I want to
yeah,
go
I
to a
don't care
game.
about the Islanders
Yeah.
team. So yeah, so they effectively killed that. And before getting fired, I think Lou, because Chris is his kid,
Yeah.
um,
Did he extend Chris?
and
Like
he extended him
yeah.
and made it so like they couldn't fire him or something like
Put in a
that.
weird loophole in the contract.
Yeah. So
I don't
they're
know.
going to be the Hamilton Bulldogs probably because
I don't know who owns the currently Bridgeport Islanders. because I don't
I
know
don't
if it's the
either.
same people who own the New York Islanders. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes they have
Sometimes it's
different
yeah.
owners. So they could also be to blame for that as well.
Yes, that is true. But it does suck that Bridgeport's losing the team.
Yep, it's dumb.
Real dumb. All right, moving on to the
Uh huh.
Pacific.
There we go.
Um, Jake Lacombe gets named to the Olympics in replacement for Seth Jones.
Outrageous.
I knew you were mad about that.
Outrageous. Look,
I
look. I'm not saying. I'm not saying. What's his name? Is his name Jackson Lacombe? Lacombe? Jake Lacombe?
yes,
Lacombe.
it's
I'm
Lacombe.
not.
It
I'm not
begins with a
saying.
J.
I'm not saying that he's not a good player, that he's undeserving, really. But like, they picked. I understand. Adam Fox is injured.
Right.
They took Lacombe over Lane Hudson.
So it is Jackson Lacombe. You
Okay.
are
Okay.
correct. I
Like, I mean,
kind of get this.
he
I
won.
kind of get it.
He won Rookie of the Year last year. You can't take Lane Hudson.
So for this one specifically, they're looking at uh, the type of player.
Mm,
Lacombe is more of a is closer to Seth Jones.
gotcha.
Um, so like if Quinn Hughes goes down, Hudson's his replacement.
I won't believe it until it happens. Honestly.
That is also fair, but also like there's a couple. This is again politicky as well. Like Lacombe is good because he's played 52 games. He's got 6 goals, 27 assists. Um, it's not again Hudson numbers because Hudson is one of the highest scoring is
Yeah.
one of the highest scoring players this year. Um, but Lacombe played at the World Juniors, and that they're being loyal to that guy, while Hudson hasn't. I
Stupid.
agree. I yes.
I know. I'm not. I'm not calling you stupid. I just don't agree
But
with the
I
decision.
also really like Jackson Lacombe. That's the problem.
You
I
know what?
really
Let's
like
get all the
Jackson
old
Lacombe.
fucks off the team. Let's get them off the team. Let's take
Um,
all the young guys
I
and
do
Adam
like
Fox.
Jackson Lacombe a lot.
Again, I'm not
So
saying he's bad. I just think Lane Hudson is better. Is all I'm saying, and it just makes more sense to bring
yeah,
your best
that's
players.
fair. That's fair. Um, and then Seattle is listening to offers for Shane, right?
Yeah, that's the whole thing seems to have been bungled. So
Yeah. And then for Vancouver, Patrick Alvin blames the poor form on injuries and not Adam Foote as their coach. So we'll see what happens there. But like Adam Foote's not a good coach.
clearly,
Yeah.
clearly not. I mean, obviously the injuries are not helping, you know.
Right.
But man, I actually forgot. I forgot
Adam
Foot
Foote.
was the coach of Vancouver now.
And everyone, once he got hired in the offseason, we were both just like, oof.
Why don't he hadn't really been a coach yet, or not like
No.
not even like an assistant head coach. I don't think. I'm sure he was coaching somewhere, but um, I maybe they were like, oh, let's take a flyer on somebody that's not in the coaching carousel. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. And I lied. I just looked at my phone, and I do have a piece of news. Um, Brian Rust is going to have a hearing for elbowing Brock Besser at
Oh,
the very end of the Vancouver Pittsburgh game.
it wasn't an elbow. It was a shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely deserved.
He deserves it. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I would say Brian Rust isn't a particularly dirty player. I don't think.
No, but
Not
that
usually. But I don't know what. Yeah. No.
first
No. No.
time
I'm saying
offenders.
no. I'm
No,
not.
like
I'm saying
no, no, no.
it was it's kind of out of character for him to do. I don't know why he did that.
Right,
Unless it was an
like
accident. I mean, it could have been an accident, but still, even if
you
it's an
got
accident,
punished.
you got to
You
punish
need
him for it.
you need 3 games minimum for that hit.
I mean, I would say yeah, but you know the Department of Player Safety as much as
Yeah,
I
it's
do,
true.
and he's
I
going to
know.
get one game at most, I would think.
Yeah.
If that.
That is
let me look.
all I got.
It's not even an in-person hearing. It's just a hearing.
Right, and it's to be determined. Yada
Yeah.
yada.
So the Penguins don't play
Adam
again until Thursday. I don't think.
Adam Foote was a coach on the Avalanche from 11 to 17.
Okay.
Um,
It's a long time.
he was a head coach of the Kelowna Rockets,
You were
Western
close.
Hockey League.
You were close enough with how to say that.
Um, and
Yeah,
then
I think.
for 2 years, and then he was the assistant coach for Rick Tocchet,
On
and
Vancouver.
then
Okay.
Vancouver. Yeah,
Okay. I mean, sure. He was there,
sure.
I guess.
Yeah,
But I don't know. There was other people you could have maybe tried to get.
absolutely.
I mean, it seemed kind of predetermined that Sullivan was going to go to the Rangers when he left the Penguins, but
Yeah,
I don't know. Jim Rutherford knows him. You couldn't make a call
right.
like, "Hey, Mike, any way we could get you over here?" I don't think it would be any better based on how the Rangers are doing, but I don't know.
True.
All right, is that all the news you got?
That's all news I got.
All right,
Talk about
let's
injuries.
jump into some injuries. I actually don't have even that many injuries. For Carolina, Robinson is going to be out for an extended period. He's not on the
Yeah,
IR yet, but I'm sure he will be today or
we
tomorrow.
we mentioned that our last
That
recording,
was that because we were like, why is Svechnikov
and Darlene
and
going at it
Dahlin going at it? It was because Robinson got hurt in that game and
from a Darlene
from
hit.
a
Yeah,
Dahlin hit.
it's is it disclosed or undisclosed?
Just says lower body injury. I don't know. That's what it says.
That's weird because he was holding his arm because
So maybe they're
I
trying
was
to lie. I,
I was thinking shoulder or elbow.
I mean, I could double check
The
when
way the
you do your injuries, but
the way he was holding his arm.
I mean, I write my maybe it is upper body injury. Maybe I just wrote it wrong.
I think
Anyway,
you wrote it wrong
I might have wrote it wrong.
because I have hockey reference up.
Oh, do you? Does it say upper
Yeah,
body injury?
upper body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes my L's and U's kind of like bleed into the B,
Yeah.
so
There it is.
I think I'm maybe just misreading it.
All
Um,
right, messy handwriting.
hey man, I could still read mine most of the time, and
That was
other
just fun
people can also read mine most of the
It
time.
was just fun to say.
I know, I know.
Um,
For Carolina as well, Goss spare day to day lower body injury. For Colorado, Colton day to day lower body injury. For Columbus, Matt Yachuk, who I believe was on the report last week, is now on the IR this week with an upper body injury. For Dallas, Labushkin day to day lower body. Nashville, Haig week to week with a lower body injury. For the Devils, Luke Hughes headed to the LTIR for a shoulder injury. Shoulder injuries run from the family. Your mic is muted. You're just talking at nothing.
I didn't know how it switched. So
Happens at least once an episode, it feels like.
yeah, it's a loose button.
Um,
Yeah, he
so,
separated that shoulder. I watched that against the
yeah.
Calgary game.
So Luke Hughes, who knows? He might be back towards the end of the year. Maybe not. But he's having statistically his season has been okay, but the last few weeks has not been great
Bit
for him.
rough. Yeah.
And now he has this shoulder injury. Yowza. For the Islanders, Pullock, day-to-day upper body injury. For Pittsburgh, Ryan Graves, who weirdly, not weirdly, has been playing okay for the Penguins, headed to the IR with a lower body injury. Crazy what a change of coach can do for a player. And St. Ivani, day-to-day with an upper body injury. For St. Louis, Sundquist, headed to the IR, ankle injury. For Utah, Kraus, day-to-day ill. And Washington, Sandine, day-to-day lower body injury.
All right, starting with Pacific because I got less injuries there. Anaheim, Mason McTavish day to day for an upper body injury. Kapanen for Edmonton is week to week for undisclosed, but they said should only miss a week, so we'll see. Ben Myers, I believe, for Seattle is on the IR for a lower body injury. And then Willander for Vancouver is day to day with an illness.
Okay. That
That's
flu or
Pacific.
whatever it is going through the league.
Oh, yeah. For the Atlantic, Boston's Zadorov is right now only listed as day to day. A bunch of injuries happened, like Saturday the 24th,
Mm.
and Zadorov is one of them. I, it's listed as an ankle injury, which is kind of impressive, and because I watched him come down on that ankle wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and things bent in ways it shouldn't bend.
Mm.
But he came back that game. So
Oh,
I think after the game, he took off his skate.
he took
And
his
swelled
skate
up.
off, and then
Yep.
yeah, they were like, well, that skate's not going back on.
And it's not going back on. So right now he's only day to day. So we'll see what happens. For Buffalo, Jacob Bryson on the IR for an upper body injury. Um, Detroit, uh, and unfortunately Sweden, the hits keep coming. Simon Edvinsson, uh, week to week with a lower body injury. They just say he's not going to be back until after the Olympic break.
That sucks. Sweden slowly slipping out of medal contention, I feel like.
Well, Edvinsson was a replacement.
Yeah, I was like, so it's
for an
getting
injury.
worse.
Yeah,
It's just getting worse and worse.
Ottawa, Halliday, day to day for I think it's I can't remember his name. First name Halliday, day to day, undisclosed. That happened yesterday. Perron is going to be out 5 to 7 weeks for sports hernia surgery.
Ooh.
And then finally with Tampa Bay, all these injuries happened Saturday, right before Saturday, so it makes sense why they lost to Columbus how they did. Cernak, day to day, upper body, left the Columbus game early. Crozer missed the Columbus game day to day for illness. Dastow on the IR, undisclosed, left the Columbus game early. Finley, day to day, undisclosed, happened on Friday. And then Gage Gonclaves, day to day, undisclosed, also got injured in the Columbus game.
Oof, what a game.
That's all I got.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
That's not a great game for Tampa Bay.
No.
Because what was the final score of that game? Like 8-6?
8-5.
8-5, yeah. So they still scored 5 goals with, what was that, 4 injuries in that game?
Yep, but like Cernak is a good defensive forward. Crozer's defenseman. Dastow's one of their defensemen.
And if all 4 of those guys left the game, that means that you were down to 16 skaters.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not even 16 skaters, 14 skaters and the 2 goalies.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 lines worth of players, essentially.
Right.
Oh, man.
And you were already playing Johansson.
It's not even 3 lines. It's 1 guy short of 3 lines, right? Because there's 5 guys out there at a time, plus the goalie.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into some games, shall we?
Yeah, why not?
Starting with the Central Division, the Chicago Blackhawks went to 1-1 this week. Blanked Winnipeg 2-0. Bedard and Dickinson had the goals. Knight 32 saves for the shutout. Beat Carolina pretty impressively in a shootout 4-3. Mikheyev a goal and an assist. Knight again 28 of 31, and shootout goals by Bedard and Moore. Lost to Tampa Bay 2-1 in a shootout. Got outshot 31-19 in this game, and Green had the only goal. Soderblom 30 of 31, so he did his damnedest.
Damnedest, yeah.
And then they lost to Florida 5-1. Bertuzzi the only goal. Knight 20 of 24. No top player, kind of spread out scoring wise.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 games that were shootouts. 0 for 10 on the power play, 11 for 11 on the penalty kill with a shorthanded goal for 21, 23, and 8. 59 points, 6th place in the division. Colorado, 2-1 as well. They beat Washington 5-2, outshot him 44-24. McKinnon 2 goals and an assist. Nachos and Olofsson each had 2 points, and Scott Wedgwood was 22 of 24.
Mm-hmm.
Lost to Anaheim in a shootout 2-1. Outshot Anaheim 41-16 in that game.
Yeah, that was a smash and grab for Anaheim.
Yeah, for real. Lakeinen had the only goal for Colorado, while Wedgwood was 15 of 16. And then they got smacked by Philly 7-3. They outshot the Flyers 35-20. Necas and McKinnon 2 assists apiece in this game, while Blackwood was 13 of 19. Not a good game for Mackenzie Blackwood.
Not a good game for him.
But hey, they bounced back, beat Toronto 4-1 in the infamous Nylander giving the finger to the camera game. Brock Nelson had a hat trick. Mackenzie Blackwood 32 of 33. McKinnon, as he usually is their top player. 2 goals, 4 assists. 1 for 14 on the power play with a shorthanded goal against. 7 for 10 on the penalty kill. 35-6-9. 79 points in first place by quite a bit. Dallas is up next, and they went 2-1. They beat Boston 6-2, outshot Boston 37-18. Heiskanen and some guy named Hirkowian had 3 points.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Never heard of that man before. Very strange name. He's apparently he's a Canadian, but I don't know where that name comes from.
That sounds Finnish to me.
4 other players had 2 points. Ottinger 16 of 18. Then they got shut out by Columbus 1-0. DeSmith 21 of 22. And then they beat, I'm sorry. Did I do this? I had to have done this wrong. I did. They beat St. Louis 3-2. Robertson and Johnston each had a goal and an assist, and Hintz had 2 assists. Ottinger 20 of 22. Robertson, Hintz, and Heiskanen all had 4 points to be the trio of top players. They were 4 for 10 on the power play, 4 for 6 on the penalty kill, and they are 29, 14, and 9. 67 points. Third place.
That Robertson kid scores a lot of goals. I think there's some national team that would love to have him.
Nah. He doesn't check enough. Fucking
cold-blooded killer.
Dinosaur-ass Billy Guerin. You know what's also weird is his name is out there in the trade rumor mill as well.
I mean,
and it has to do with his looming
RFA
extension.
status.
Yeah. Where I think he is well within his rights to ask for over $12 million a year.
Absolutely.
I think maybe we mentioned this last week, but or previously on the show, but they do technically have enough cap space next year to sign him to a contract like that. However, they would then have to sign like 4 other guys to fill roster spots. And then I think it would leave them with like $3 million in cap space to sign those 4 guys. And technically you could if you sign people to vet mins, but that means that team's not going to be very good. Your depth is just gone. And they could still do that. Who knows? But that's something. I don't think it's going to happen in season. I think that might happen after the season if it even happens. But hey, I know a team that is desperate for younger superstar power and has a lot of cap space next year. That's the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Capitals.
The Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm sure if his name is out there, there will be some sort of bidding war to get him. But
absolutely. But unfortunately, you still have Tyler Sagans for one more year after that.
That's part of the problem. I mean, maybe they can convince him to take another a 1-year deal. But I think the thing is this is the last year he's an RFA.
Oh, Robertson? Yes.
Yeah. So if Dallas can convince him to take like a 1 or 2 year deal at like a little bit of a raise, then maybe that's agreeable. Like tell him like, okay, 1 year, $9 million. Next year we will give you a shitload of money, kind of thing. But
better have that in writing.
You better have that in writing, I guess. But because if he reaches the off season next year without a contract, he's a UFA, so he gets to pick where he goes. And then the mega bidding war would begin, because God knows how much money anybody would give him that has the cap space. But we'll see. I just think I think it would be really stupid for Dallas to do, at least in season. I understand why the thought is coming up, just because he does
Yeah,
not have a contract extension. I haven't even heard anybody mention them talking about a contract extension,
no,
and he's going to want a lot of money because he deserves a lot of money, especially after this year. This is maybe his best year, and I think he's tracking to have over 100 points and like 40 goals again.
well, he's already at 30-30.
So yeah, so he's definitely going to have more. He might push 50 goals.
Yeah,
So I don't know. Minnesota is up next. They went 2-1-1 this week. They beat Toronto 6-3. Foligno, Tarasenko each had 3 points. 4 other people had 2 points, and Gustafsson was 27 of 30. They were 2 for 3 on the power play in that game. They lost to Montreal 4-3.
we can wait till you're done
Okay,
with Minnesota. It has to do with Minnesota, but
gotcha.
not with the games.
Lost to Montreal 4-3. Got outshot 33-20. Tarasenko, again, great week for Tarasenko. He had 2 goals in this game. Zuccarello and Kaprizov each had 2 assists, and Wallstead, 29 of 33. Does what you were going to say have to do with that guy? Okay. Yes, I should have mentioned that earlier, but we will.
Yeah.
They then beat Detroit in overtime 4-3. 3 straight 4-3 games, by the way. Zuccarello and Kaprizov had 2 goals and an assist apiece. Kaprizov's was the overtime game winner. Quinn Hughes, 3 assists. And Gustafsson, 30 of 33. And then they lost Florida in overtime 4-3. Got outshot 34-21. Boldy and Kaprizov goal and an assist each. Gustafsson, 30 of 34. Kaprizov's their top player, 3 goals and 6 assists. They were 7 for 17 on the power play and 11 for 15 on the penalty kill with a shorthanded goal for 29, 14, and 10, 68 points, second place in the division. Now, another trade rumor that's out there is that Minnesota is more than willing to trade Wallstead for a center. I keep seeing conflicting reports, but it's a forward for the top 6.
Yeah, and I feel with like the needs, goalie needs for teams out there, especially some contenders, I can see that happening.
It's just, does that trade make sense for that team, right? What's he getting traded for, right? Is he getting traded for? I mean, this wouldn't really make sense, but is he getting traded for a guy like Panarin? That wouldn't really make sense for the Rangers, but that's just an example.
No. Is he getting traded for a guy like Zach Hyman, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins? I don't think the Wild make that trade with those guys' ages, but like...
Zach Hyman's not that old.
No.
And his contract's pretty reasonable. But who knows if he has a no-move clause in there.
Right.
And I don't know, does Edmonton do that trade? Maybe.
I think Edmonton's desperate.
What do you mean Tristan Jarry didn't fix it? That's weird.
Who would have thought?
It's crazy. The goalie that they traded is playing real well. At least at the moment, anyway. But yeah, there are teams that are like needy for a good young goalie, like a 1A goalie
Vegas.
For the future.
Vegas needs goalie.
Yeah, Vegas does. Is Aiden Hill still hurt?
No, he's bad.
Just not playing well. Yeah. And then Carter Hart is hurt, I think. Correct.
He's hurt.
Mm-hmm. And he was like not playing that particularly well either.
He's playing like he hasn't played NHL in 2 years.
Yeah. I saw some crazy stat that the games he played in, he's like 5-3 or something. But the way that Vegas played in front of him statistically, they should have won all of those games.
Absolutely.
And it was because of him that they lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe Vegas. I don't know what they give up to get him, but I mean, Minnesota might be like, give us Dorfiev. I would say no to that trade.
Brutal.
I would say no to that trade, but that's where negotiation comes in, right? But L.A. maybe.
LA doesn't need a goalie.
They have Kemper. Yeah, you're right. somebody like Pittsburgh doesn't need a young goalie because they have a young goalie in the wings who
I
is probably
I
going to
don't
take over, right? But
think Pitts like I think Dubas is too savvy to like. They're playing great, but he's not gonna
no,
throw
no,
away
no,
the
no.
rebuild.
No,
So
I actually don't know what Pittsburgh is going to do with the trade deadline. I don't think they're going to sell off because they're in a pretty solid playoff spot now. Um, they might crash and burn coming to it. They apparently I think they have the hardest schedule coming out of the
oh
Olympic
really?
break. Yeah, they have to play Colorado twice too.
Oof.
Still, they have to play Carolina twice, I believe. They have a lot of playoff teams on their schedule that they have to play multiple times. But like at the same time, I don't think Pittsburgh needs him because they have a
No.
young goalie ready. Shelovs has been fine, and Skinner has been playing very well recently for the Penguins. So,
Yeah.
and then like a team like the Islanders definitely doesn't need a goalie because they have Sorokin, who should probably win the Vezina this year. Um,
Yeah.
Boston
It,
doesn't need a goalie. Tampa doesn't need a goalie. Florida doesn't need a goalie. So I don't know what that trade's gonna look like and to who.
Tampa could use a backup though. Tampa could use a future.
I guess that's true because I mean Vasilevsky's not crazy old, but he's what 32, 33, something.
He's 32, but has been
Okay,
a goalie since he was 18.
and his and
Like
he's had that back surgery that he had to have right a couple years ago. Wasn't it back
last year.
last year? And
Yeah.
he's come back and he's played very well since then. But like,
Oh, he's playing great, but like
yeah, he's well, yeah, you could get Wallstead to be basically the heir apparent to Vasilevsky.
uh,
But
I
like,
don't
who
think
knows how long that's gonna
Tampa
be?
can afford that right now. Like
No,
as
Tampa
well.
has all of those injuries. So like, what, you know,
Also, like who do you give up?
I don't know either. I don't know exactly what Minnesota is looking for. I saw somebody say center. I saw somebody say wing, or just something for the top six forwards.
The
Excuse me.
only thing worth it is Hagel on Tampa right now with no trade
Uh,
restrictions.
yeah, Tampa's not gonna trade Hagel though. No
No,
way. That would be gimping
absolutely not.
themselves for a backup goaltender, basically. At
Yeah,
least for this year, anyway. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. But
hmm
I thought it was interesting that Wallstead's playing great. Might be up there
I
for
said
rookie of the
Cernak
year.
was a. I
Huh?
said Cernak was a was wasn't a offense. He is not. Um,
Oh yeah. I get Cernak and Shirelli mixed up sometimes.
that's who I was
Yeah,
thinking of.
you're thinking of Shirelli.
So so the injuries that happened were Cernak, Crozier, Desto,
Are these all defensemen?
all defensemen.
Oh boy.
That's why they lost.
Yikes. That's bad. That's pretty bad.
They had 3 defensemen left.
Barf. All right. Well, let's move on from our speculating about where Wallstead might get traded. It's just crazy because he's up there for rookie of the year, probably, right?
But was
I don't know if he'll win, but he's up there.
I think he's behind. He's behind Schaefer and Seneca.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. I'm thinking like solid third place for Wallstead at most.
Gotcha. Is
Um,
he considered a rookie? I thought
I think
last year was his rookie season.
Maybe I'm wrong. I thought he was a rookie. Could be wrong. Um, but it's like I think we said a couple of weeks ago or a month ago, whatever it was, that Gustafson's time might be up in Minnesota because Wallstead's playing so well behind him.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. If you're Philip Gustafson, you're probably hearing these rumors, being like, "Fuck yeah,
Well,
I get to stay here."
well, what Wallstad was told. He's like, if you get traded, you know why. Like,
Business, it's a business move.
it's just
Yeah, it's
business,
just
and
business.
you're playing so well. Like,
Yeah, no, like I guess as the player, I would be heartbroken, especially if I like the team, but you got to kind of understand it to a certain extent. It's just like,
yeah.
hey kid, it's just business. Like we're trying to win a Stanley Cup.
Hmm.
All right, Nashville, 1-2 this week. Lost to Buffalo 5-3. O'Reilly 2 goals and an assist. Forsberg a goal and 2 assists. And both goalies played this game and were 28 of 32 combined, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I believe whoever of the two of them started the game let up all 4 of those goals in the first period.
Oof.
They then beat Ottawa 5-3. Stamkos with a hat trick. O'Reilly 3 assists, and Evangelista had 2 assists. Saros 23 of 26, and then lost to Utah 5-2. Stamkos Marchessault had the goals, and Saros was 26 of 30. O'Reilly is their top player, 2 goals and 4 assists on a week. 3 for 10 on the power play, 5 for 6 on the penalty kill, 24, 23, and 4. 52 points, 5th place. I know I keep saying this. They're no longer in a hole. They're right there. They're not that far behind Utah for 4th place, but I don't remember who has all the wild card spots right now, but they're in the mix.
It's Utah and the other team in the Pacific.
Okay.
The Pacific's team is wild card.
Pacific team. Okay.
Right.
So they're there. They're in the mix. They're not that far behind. Good for them. I mean, if they stay on course like this, I doubt they trade O'Reilly. I know that was talked about.
Yeah.
And Stamkos' name I saw out there, but I don't know who's going to trade for Stamkos.
No.
The contract specifically is the problem, not really how he's playing. I don't know. We'll see. St. Louis 0-2-1 this week. Oh, St. Louis, you're very bad this year. Lost to Winnipeg,
so bad.
3-1. Very, very bad this year. Jordan Kyrou. If only there wasn't.
Like in every other year. It's like in every other year with them.
If only there wasn't another team in the Pacific Northwest playing way worse than they are. St. Louis might be last place in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Kyrou scored the only goal against Winnipeg. Hofer 13 of 15. They lost to Dallas 3-2. Buchnevich, a goal and an assist. Binnington, 16 of 19. And then they lost to LA in a shootout 5-4. Kyrou did score 2 goals in this game. Hofer, 24 of 28. Jordan Kyrou is their top player. He is the top player with 3 goals and an assist on the week. They were 3 for 10 on the power play. Pretty good. That's not a bad power play for the week. 7 for 11 on the penalty kill. Pretty stinky. 19, 24, and 9. 47 points.
Penalty kills for you.
Oh, do you? Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
47 points, 8th place in the division. And I keep seeing Robert Thomas's name out there as a trade candidate. I think that would be a really stupid thing for St. Louis to do.
Yeah.
Because he's 25 or 26. Maybe I said this last week too, but
you've said this a couple of times.
Yeah, I just want to hammer it home. If they trade him, I think they lose that trade no matter what.
Because because he's been kind of on the trade block for years. Or was that Kyrou?
It's Kyrou. Kyrou is. Okay. I've heard less about Kyrou this year, but they're both like 26-ish. So I think it's kind of weird for them to be on the trade block because they're not that old. They would be the players I think you would want to call your core of the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't know. It would seem like a bad thing for them to do. Utah went 2-0 this week. They only played 2 games. Beat Philadelphia 5-4 in overtime. Clayton Keller 2 goals and assists, including the overtime game winner. Genther a goal and an assist. Schmaltz 2 assists, and Vejmelka 25 of 29. Believe they came back from being down 4-2 in the third period to tie and win this game. And then they beat Nashville 5-2. Sergachev 3 assists. 4 different players had 2 points, and Vejmelka 27 of 29. Clayton Keller's their top player, 3 goals and an assist.
Nice.
2 for 5 on the power play, 6 for 9 on the penalty kill, 27, 20, and 4. 58 points, solidly in 4th place. And then the most disappointing team of the entire season, the Winnipeg Jets. 2-1. I don't know. I guess Vancouver's probably pretty down there too. Vancouver was not this bad last year.
No, they were not expected to be this bad this year.
They were not supposed to be this bad this year, but neither was Winnipeg. Lost to Chicago 2-0. Hellebuck 22 of 23. Did beat St. Louis 3-1. Scheifele 2 goals and an assist in that game. Morrissey a goal and 2 assists. Connor 2 assists. Comrie 22 of 23. And then they lost to Florida in a shootout, 2-1. Perfetti had the only regulation goal in that game. Hellebuck 19 of 20. And then they lost to Detroit 5-1. Kepke had the only goal. Hellebuck 26 of 30. And Hellebuck's their top player because, you know what, he tried. He went 67 of 73, good for a 918 save percentage, 1.98 goals against. He tried. He tried.
Well, also, like, in the Detroit game, he was listed as the second star with an 867 save percentage.
Yeah.
Which means
tells you a lot.
How bad
everyone else was playing in that game for Winnipeg.
Everyone else was playing. Like,
if like
he got the star above
who decides who are the stars at the end of the game?
I don't know. The thing is,
I never thought about that. I don't know who decides that.
They played in Winnipeg, so they're more likely to give one of their guys the star.
Right.
I don't know.
It might be the arena staff, I guess, but I don't know. They were 2 for 8 on the power play, 10 for 11 on the penalty kill. They are 20, 24, and 7. 47 points as well, same as St. Louis. But I think a game in hand on St. Louis. 7th place for them. And that's Central.
All right.
Ladies and gents.
We're going to start talking about the Atlantic. The best overall division this year?
I think so, yeah. I think the closest overall division is the Metro, annoyingly. But I think the Atlantic, top to bottom, is probably better than the Metro.
Last place team in the Atlantic has 55 points, which would put you tied for 4th in the Pacific.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it also
fifth in the Central.
Yeah. So crazy. It's crazy in the East.
Yeah. East is still just so jammed together. There's only one team that's out of it and has decided to be done, and that's the Rangers.
Yep.
Everyone else is like, nah, we still got a chance.
We're still in this, yeah. Also,
even Toronto. Toronto has had a really good streak, and they've gotten themselves back into a wild card.
No, they haven't.
Well, they did for like a second.
Yeah, and then the rest of the teams played their games.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to give them a little bit of,
They have 57 points.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not good enough in the East.
Who has the wild card spots?
The Atlantic.
Oh. Okay, fair enough. So they're still in 6th place of their division.
Yes.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Also, I just thought it seems like goalies wanted to get shouted out this week for my teams. So let's go into it. First off is Boston. Boston went 2-1 this week.
Okay.
They are 30, 20, and 2, 62 points. That is 5th in the division.
Jesus Christ. That would be, I think, 3rd in the Metro.
It is 3rd in the Metro. And it is
almost 2nd in the Metro.
It is tied for 1st in the Pacific.
So Pacific worst division this year.
Yes.
I feel like almost always the Pacific is the worst division. I don't know why. I guess because they've had San Jose be pretty bad for several years. Calgary's been pretty bad. Vancouver is Vancouver.
I mean, the Pacific used to be the gauntlet.
Well, yeah, because all the California teams were making the playoffs every year.
There's ebbs and flows.
Yeah, true. The Metro was the gauntlet. I think when we started this show, the Metro was ridiculous.
Yep. All right. So 62 points, 5th in the division. They started their week by losing to Dallas, like you said, 2-6. Like you said, they were outshot 37-18, but they were also just only 35% on the faceoff dot.
That's pretty bad.
Swayman started that game. He did not finish it. And yeah. Next up, they beat Vegas 4-3. Pastrnak a goal and 2 assists in that game. And then they finished their week by beating Montreal 4-3. Swayman and net. Geeky 2 goals, scoring his 100th career goal. They were 6 for 9 on the power play this week.
Damn, that's so good.
That's Holy so shit. Good. They were 5 for 10 on the penalty kill.
Oh my God, that's so bad.
They were 5 for 10, and they
At
went
least they
two
evened it
and
out, I
one this
guess,
week.
right?
They went 2-1 this week.
They netted one if you put those
Yeah.
two um oh God, special teams together. They netted one
In
goal.
in the 4-3 win against Montreal, they were 3 for 4 on the power play, and then 1 for 3
I'll
on the
do it.
penalty kill.
Jesus Christ. It's probably a fun game to watch at least.
Oh yes. Um, Morgan Geekie is their top player with 3 goals and 2 assists.
Okay.
Next up is Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Buffalo is still rolling. They
Yeah.
went 3-1 this week. They are 29, 17, and 5. That is 63 points. Third in the division.
God damn, look at them. Aren't they on some absurd run like 16-2-1 or something like that?
They're like 16-4-1 since
Still,
Kevin Adams got fired.
He's not even the coach.
Not in the GM. Since Adams got fired, 16-4-1. That's not including the 3-game win streak that they were on before he got fired.
Is he just like real toxic, you think?
Did
he just like
know.
make it not cool to be there for some reason?
I mean, there were so many excuses, but here's the thing, and here's the freaking thought experiment. Jarmo Kekalainen has done one thing since becoming one made move, and that is extend Doan.
Huh.
This is still Kevin Adams' team.
Yeah, I'm tongue in cheek joking that Kevin Adams was the problem or the catalyst of this, but
he might have been. The rumor is him sending Austin down during their Pacific road trip. Austin was playing well. He got sent down to Rochester during it. Even Lindy Ruff called that out. And then he got fired once they got back from the road trip. Austin was brought back up.
Yeah, because you said that they were on a 3-game winning streak before he got fired.
Yes.
So
the thought experiment is, if Buffalo Sabres continue this form, they make a run to the playoffs.
Let's hope so.
Kevin Adams could still win GM of the
year. I see where you're coming from. I don't think the NHL would do that.
They would never do that.
They would never do that, but it would be so fucking funny if they did. It'd be like Kevin Adams posthumously wins GM of the year after he got fired.
If this team keeps rolling, this helps Kevin Adams on his resume.
That's true. You'd be like, that's my team. That's my team. That's 19-4-1 in their last 24 games.
Right.
I wonder what was something. Obviously, there was some switch flipped somewhere. Somewhere. The dots finally connected, and now this team is rolling.
Honestly, they've talked about both Doan and Benson, especially Doan, their leadership, because they've
interesting. Both very young players.
Exactly, and Doan again coming in the Paterka trade.
Yeah.
Having the mentality of no, this is there was times where the team would get in the rut, a couple of losses, and start kicking themselves, and Doan said, no, this isn't okay, this happened, get over it.
Hey, we're fine. Just keep going.
Type of deal.
Huh. He really learned from his dad, huh? Captain of the Coyotes for 15 years or whatever it was.
So
damn, good for him. That's great. I like Buffalo.
That's why I've watched a lot of Buffalo games. He stands out every time he's on the ice.
I'm sure he will be an alternate captain if he's not one already.
Very soon.
Yeah.
Very soon.
He won't be who's the captain? Is Tuck the captain?
Colleen.
Darlene. That's what I thought. I was like, I think it's Darlene. He
Hmm.
won't be the captain because they're not going to strip Darlene of his
Well,
captaincy.
also
But
it's Dolly. He's been there since 2018.
true.
Um,
Well, that and he has a huge contract, and
this is a
like
huge contract. He's their star. He's their like.
yeah, he's their best player. So,
Yes, he is, and he's playing like it.
but like
So,
I'm so happy that finally this Buffalo team, at least for the moment, is living up to all of that potential that they have.
well,
At the
the
moment,
fact that
at the
like,
moment
I mean,
there.
yeah, I mean, Pagula had this awful press conference with the choices that have been made for firing McDermott. Um,
Right.
like
Right.
that he had this awful press conference for the with the Bills, and it's just like,
Yeah.
all right, his focus is away from the Sabres for a second, so
Well, it
like
doesn't.
the Bills might have to fail
I don't think he fucks with the
for.
Sabers that much because wasn't
Oh,
it his?
he fucked with the
I
Sabres a
thought it
lot.
was his wife that was like the president of the, and then she got sick in some way and she stepped
Yes,
back.
she's been gone since 2023. She had a
She's still
stroke, and
alive.
she's
She is
not
still
all there.
alive, but
She was severely impacted by the
yeah.
stroke.
Um. So I guess I just haven't really heard about
But
Terry
we've talked.
Pagula fucking with the Sabers too much, at least recently.
Well, Kevin Adams is a yes. Kevin Adams was a yes
Right?
man.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You think Pagula was
Um,
like, I don't like that guy's name. Send Astland down.
I don't know what it was, but like,
Hire
yeah,
Sean McDermott over here. You know what? Brendan Beane's the new GM of both the Sabres and the Bills.
oof, oof. I mean, Yarmo was there for 8 months before
That was
taking over
pretty
as GM.
apparent that Yarmo was going to be the GM at some point in the future.
Oh, 100
When
percent.
they hired him, it was just like
Oh
the guy
yeah.
that was the GM of Columbus for 20 years or something like
Yep.
that. Forever. But good for Buffalo. Loving it.
But yeah,
I'm loving it.
Buffalo's rolling. Hopefully, like there's a there's a bunch of teams in the Atlantic that the Olympic break is hiding a
They need it.
baseball bat.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
that
oh, well,
someone's like,
some of them definitely need it. Like Tampa Bay definitely needs it, right? With all
yes,
the injuries that just happened. But
but at
yeah,
the same time they're sending 10 guys. Like,
I know. Well, I guess that's true. But at least for the injuries, like they can be like, okay, we're have a chance to heal up at the very least.
but
But yeah,
the
you're right.
the
That's gonna
the
break a
post
lot of
break
teams'
the
momentum.
post break is waiting with a baseball bat for one of the teams in the Atlantic,
Yeah,
looking from 1 to 7, like like is gonna hit somebody hard.
yeah. Might be Tampa actually.
Could be
If they're
Tampa,
sending
could be
10 guys, like none of those guys are
yeah,
gonna get unless they get eliminated really fast in the tournament. Right? But a lot of those guys are on like Canada and
Canada,
Sweden.
Sweden. Yep,
Oops, sorry.
it's gonna. Let's see what happens. All right, let's talk about Buffalo's games. They started their week by losing to Carolina 1-2. They got outshot 29-18. We kind of talked about it last week, so it was a close game. Then they beat Nashville 5-3. Helenas a goal and 2 assists in that game. His first 19-year-old rookie, it was his first career goal. And he's second game this year, and he gets a 3-point night. Um, Montreal, they beat them 4-2. Lucan in net there. They were outshot by Montreal 34-17. And then they finished their week by shutting out the Islanders 5-0. Zucker 2 goals in that game. They were only 26% on the faceoff dot, but lying 26-26 for the shutout. They were over 6 on the power play this week, and then 9 for 10 on the penalty kill.
Okay,
They're no longer the best penalty kill in the league this year, but they're still up there.
they're still up there. Yeah.
Their top players are their goalies, both Lukanen and Lyon, who each played 2 games, but they stopped 116 out of 123 shots, which is a
Damn.
943 save percentage, 1.5 goals against average, and they had 1 shutout.
Nice. Nice.
Moving on to Detroit, who went 2-0-1 this week. They are 32-16-5, 69 points. They are first in the division. They started their week by beating Toronto 2-1 in overtime. Gibson in net there. Larkin a goal and assist, including the goal is the overtime game winner. They outshot Toronto 41-31.
It's a lot of
They
shots
lose
in one game.
to they lose to Minnesota in overtime, like you said, 3-4. Talbot in net there. Lucas Raymond did have 2 goals in that game, and then they finished the week by beating Winnipeg 5-1. Gibson in net. JT Compher had 2 goals in this game. They were 1 for 7 on the power play for the week, 6 for 7 on the penalty kill this week. They have 2 top players. Lucas Raymond had 3 goals and 2 assists, and then John Gibson.
Hey, Johnny boy.
He had a rough start to the season, but he has found his form.
Mm-hmm.
He played 2 games, got 2 wins. He was 56 for 58 on shots, which is a .966 save percentage with 1 goal against average.
Awesome. Detroit's another team that it's like finally coming to fruition. Yeah. They're, the Iser plan is finally coming around.
Yeah, but Simon Nevinson got hurt, and now they have to play Travis Hamonic.
No, yeah, that's not good.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, maybe it'll only be for it's only a week and a half until not the All-Star break, the Olympic break. And then Evanson should be back there. Maybe.
Next up is Florida, and Florida went 3-1.
Dang. Good week for Florida.
Good week for Florida. They are 28-20-3, 59 points, 6th in the division.
I think that would be 4th in the Metro. Pretty sure.
Maybe tied for 3rd in the Pacific.
I think it's tied for 3rd in the Metro. It is
tied for 3rd. It is.
Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy.
And Matt Tkachuk is back. He played all 4 games.
He is. He is back. So
and
there you
he's
go.
Gotten blown up in at least 2 of them.
So some of those teams are like, we could try to hurt him again. I mean, he just came back. I mean,
he got blown up by Vincent Desharnais in the San Jose game. And Vincent Desharnais had just come back from injury as well.
That's funny. Get in there, Vinny. Get him.
Clean hit.
Sure. Oh, sure.
But all right, so they started the week by losing to San Jose, 4-1. Bobrovsky in net there. Then they beat Winnipeg 2-1 in shootout. Tarasov in net. Then they beat Minnesota 4-3 in overtime, like you said. Marchand 2 goals and an assist in that game. And then they beat Chicago 5-1. Tarasov in net. Bjornfoot 2 goals in that game.
Bjornfoot.
I don't know who that is. He must be a rookie. He scored
I don't know that he is. It's probably Tobias Bjornfoot.
Well, it's his first 2 goals of the season.
Yeah. I don't know if it's getting picked up on the mic, but one of my neighbors just started playing music real loud.
Oh, cool. Is it Tobias Bjornfoot?
I could be wrong.
It is Tobias Bjornfoot.
Yeah.
I do know that guy.
I know that name because I thought his last name was pretty cool, so I just remember that guy. He's got to be like mid to late 20s at this point.
He is. You're right. But Florida was 2 for 11 on the power play with a shorthanded goal against this week, and then they were 12 for 14 on the penalty kill. The scoring was pretty spread out, and so Tarasov, the backup goalie, is their top player. Okay. 2 games played, 2 wins, 38 of 40, which is a .955 save percentage, and with 1 goal against average.
All right.
Like I said,
good for him.
A lot of goalies this week.
Yeah, a lot of goalies this week, yeah. I think I mentioned a couple already. I think I have at least 2 more. At least 1 more, definitely.
Montreal actually had a bad week this week. 1-2. We've talked about all these games so far. 4-3 win against Minnesota, Dobesh in net, and then 2-4 loss against Buffalo. Suzuki did have a goal and a hat trick. And then a 3-4 loss against Boston, but Cole Caulfield did have a hat trick in that loss.
Mm.
Um,
Another
that's why
guy
he's
that
not going to the
maybe
Olympics
should be on
because
the Olympic team.
maybe if he was a defensive forward, he
I'm
the
calling it
defense
right
would have
now.
lost.
I think Team USA is going to have trouble scoring,
Yeah,
and it's because they're
absolutely.
not really bringing any like big time. Well, I'd have to look at the. They have some scorers,
Roster again.
they're two big snipers not on the team.
No.
I mean they have Matthews who is starting to come on this year, but
Yes, as we get
you
closer
know
to the
still,
Olympics.
I don't know. Anyway, we already yelled about
Um,
the U.S. team. We'll
um,
yell about it again in a few weeks.
absolutely. Um, Montreal was 2 for 9 on the power play this week,
Okay.
and they were also 5 for 10 on the penalty kill this week.
Ooh, Stinkerino. Good lord.
Caulfield and Suzuki are their top players. Caulfield had 5 goals, and Suzuki had 1 goal and 4 assists. Ottawa went 2-2 this week.
Okay.
Again, they have 55. Wait, that's wrong. They have 55 points. They have 55 points. They are 8th in the division with a 24-21-7 record. They started their week by beating Columbus 4-1. James Reimer in net there. Stutzla had a goal and assist. Then 3-5 loss against Nashville. 1-4 loss against Carolina, where they outshot Carolina. That might be wrong. I think it's right. 36-19.
I don't have it written down for Carolina, but Bussy did face 36 shots in that game. So
yeah, so they outshot Carolina 36-19.
That's hard to do. Carolina's usually the one out shooting.
That's why I thought it was wrong for a second. And then they finished their week by beating the tar out of Vegas 7-1.
Yeah, that was I saw like some clips from that game. It was bad.
Halliday, in his second game of his career, 2 goals and 1 assist.
Good for him. Goddamn. Look at him. There's
and
so many.
And then he got hurt.
And then he got hurt. There's so many. There's so many random guys that one or both of us have never heard of having good weeks this week. Halliday, Hirokin, or whatever that guy on Dallas's name is.
I am not good at following rookies, and drafts
I'm not usually either.
NHL because it takes so long for them to develop,
or they just never show up. Some of them, it's just like, it's not even worth memorizing the first round of the draft ever, because like 5 of those guys maybe will make impacts on the team. Like there's a draft not that long ago. It was dubbed like the worst draft in history because almost everybody in the first round is just not in the NHL anymore. I don't remember what it was, but you know.
Yeah, but like.
But then there's the best draft in history, which was like 2004 or something like that. Or people say it's the best draft in history that has like multiple surefire Hall of Fame players in it.
Right.
And then a bunch of other like all-star level players. So it's just such a crapshoot, you know.
I am incorrect. Stephen Halliday scored against Nashville. So he scored against Nashville, and then against Vegas he did get hurt, but he had a 3.9, 2 goals, 1 assist.
Got it.
They outshot
so
Vegas
he scored in both of his first games.
Yeah.
Nice. Too bad he got hurt.
Right? 31. They outshot Vegas 31-20. They were 0 for 11 on the power play, and then 11 for 14 on the penalty kill. Brady Tkachuk is their top player with 2 goals and 3 assists. Tampa Bay is chugging along as well. They went 2-1. They are 32-14-4. They have 68 points, 1 point behind the Detroit Red Wings, and they have 3 games in hand.
Ah, that's
Um,
that's a big difference.
yes. They beat San Jose 4-1. Vasilevsky in net. Hagel 2 goals and an assist. They had a 2-1 shootout win against Chicago, where they outshot Chicago 31-18. Vasilevsky net there, and then Johansson in net for the 5-8 loss against Columbus, which kind of talked about already. They were 1 for 6 on the power play, 5 for 6 on the penalty kill. Kucherov and Vasilevsky are their top players. Kucherov 2 goals and 6 assists in 3 games.
Good lord, Kucherov is an otherworldly monster.
Absolutely. And he is third in points right now.
Which, damn, I didn't even realize he was up that high, but I guess it's not surprising. What, behind McDavid and McKinnon?
Yes. Yeah. In 6 less games played than McKinnon and 6 less games played than McDavid and 3 less games played than McKinnon.
There you go.
But still 10 points behind McKinnon.
I don't know. With the stat line that you just said, 2 goals, 6 assists, he could be right there.
He very much could. But Vasilevsky, in the 2 games that he played, gets 2 wins. He's 39 for 41, which is a .951 save percentage with 1 goal against average.
It's too bad there's no Team Russia at the.
Too bad. Yeah, honestly, too bad.
At the honestly, they have nothing to do with what the country of Russia is doing. The players do not. Honestly, a shame, because Team Russia, oh boy, that would be a good fucking team.
But Russia's not just banned for the war stuff. They are banned
for it's doping stuff, too.
Doping scandal, yeah.
Which, again, had nothing to do with hockey, I don't think. It was other Russian Olympians. But
it was like almost every other Russian.
Yeah, it was like everybody but the hockey players, which is funny. But that, just think about it. That Russian hockey team would be stacked at goalie because it would be Vasilevsky, Shesterkin, Sorokin, I think. And then there's like 2 other ones that you're leaving off that are also really good.
Right.
And then you would have Kucherov, you would have Panarin, you would have, oh my God, Malkin would be there. Ovi would probably, just talking about this year specifically, Ovi and Malkin would still be there.
And those guys would have protected minutes, but because you have,
I don't know, Malkin's playing pretty well this year.
Malkin is, but
Ovi is a little touchy, but
you got Kaprizov.
Oh, Kaprizov,
Kucherov,
of course, yeah.
Kucherov.
I don't know who else they could play. Their center depth would be the problem, because I think Kuznetsov would. I think I saw somebody put up a theoretical Russian Olympic team on Reddit somewhere. And I think Kuznetsov was like the second best center that they could come up with.
That's kind of
they got killer wingers though, because Dorfiev would be on that team. Their defense might be a little suspect.
Yeah, because you got Sergachev
Orlov. Orlov's taken certainly a step back, but Sergachev's still very good.
But yeah, you have Marchenko, you have Svechnikov.
Oh, Marchenko! I didn't even think of Marchenko.
I couldn't remember his name, and I had to look it up.
Svechnikov, even probably Chinakov. Demidov, yeah. Oh, I forgot about Demidov. Yeah, Mishakov would be on the game too. All the Obs would be on the team.
Barbashev.
Barbashev could play center.
Yeah, but yeah,
that would be a killer team. The defense, I don't think, would be super good, but those forwards might make up for it. That forward list might be better than Canada's, or might be comparable to Canada in the United States.
Yeah, absolutely.
Too bad.
The defense is what
the defense would be a problem. But their goalies might make up for it.
Well, the offense is comparable to Canada's. The goalies are better than Canada's
by a long shot.
The defense.
Their goalies might be even better than the United States' goalies too.
Top to bottom, they are.
All 3 of them together, absolutely.
Yeah.
You have 2-time Vezina winner in Vasilevsky, 2-time Vezina winner in Shesterkin, potential Vezina winner in Sorokin this year. So, too bad. Oh well.
Yeah.
Who you got next? Toronto?
Yeah, I got Toronto, and they went 0-3-1 this week.
Okay. That's great. Good
Um,
job, Toronto.
yeah, that's what they
After
need.
after I just said you guys were on a good little run there, you got yourself back in playoff contention. Never mind. I didn't realize you lost all 4 games this week.
Well, you talked about 2 of them, but the Minnesota 3-6 loss, and then the Colorado 1-4 loss. It's both the start and the end of their weeks. And then they lose to Detroit 2-1 in overtime, and then Vegas 3-6 in Marner's return to Toronto.
Yeah, he didn't get a point though. It's kind
He
of a
didn't get
bummer
a point,
there.
which is a bummer. But did you see Keegan Colasar yank that jersey out of
I did,
fans'
and it
hands?
said sellout, which doesn't even make
Yeah,
sense.
it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't
Marner
even make
didn't
sense.
sell out. He didn't sell out.
No,
He didn't want to resign, and
because of I don't know how the fans were treating him and the media was
right,
treating him.
like
Probably not because of his
Island,
teammates.
Island. But here's the thing: you had Colasar not that high up in the totem pole,
Mm-mm.
but you saw him stand up for his teammate.
Not even he didn't even hesitate. He just like tore that jersey right down
He saw it and yanked it.
and yanked it down.
I
Yeah.
ca- I don't I can't think of a time
Anybody on Toronto did
um,
something like that.
anybody on Toronto in Marner's
Well,
time there
I
did
was
something like that for a
mhm.
teammate. Not even for Marner,
And it
just for
wasn't
another teammate.
even just Colasar because I saw in between I think the first and second period I was watching this game because I was like, "Oh, that could be spicy. Let's watch that."
Oh yeah.
And like in between the periods they showed when the Maple Leafs did put up a like thank you Marner video.
And he got a
Um,
standing
and
ovation.
he got a standing ovation. However, his teammates on Vegas started hitting their sticks against the side of the boards to try to drown out any boos.
Right.
That's what I forget who is on. He's a former hockey player, like been retired like 5-ish years, but he was like, I know exactly what his teammates were doing. They were trying to drown out in case there were any boos.
Right.
And thankfully there weren't. He got a standing
There
ovation.
were.
There were some boos in there, but he got
And here's the
mostly a
thing.
standing ovation.
He got booed anytime he was on the ice. And
Yeah, anytime he touched the puck, got booed.
well, he got booed. Colasar rips down the jersey.
Mhm.
Marner's right behind Colasar.
Yep.
So as soon as he stepped on the ice, boos.
Yep.
And that was for the like warm up skate. And I do think that's hilarious and fine to boo,
Sure.
stand for the ovation for the tribute, boo anytime a player touches the puck.
Sure.
That is fine and hilarious. The
Yeah.
reasons stupid, but
The reasons are very
but
dumb, but it is. I think it's fine. It's like light ribbing, right? But the sellout jersey, it doesn't even make sense.
it doesn't make sense.
Um,
And also, I'm not an Islanders supporter at all. Toronto has no room
I
to talk
actively
with
hate that team.
Tavares
Oh yeah, that's true. That's so true.
because
That's so
Tavares
true.
lied, or maybe he didn't lie,
He didn't
but
lie,
he's just
but
well, he said he was going to sign in the offseason. That's why he didn't get
and then he
traded
just
before.
didn't do it. Yeah.
So,
So I mean, everyone's allowed to
so
change their mind, but
yes, that is true. But
yeah,
Islanders were willing to were gonna if Tavares
Tavares.
wasn't going to re-sign, they would have traded him.
That's totally fair. So he kind of got screwed out of it.
He
And I
left for
think
the Islanders got screwed out because he left for nothing.
right. Well, I texted you while I was watching this game. I don't know if you were watching the game, but
I wasn't. I was working.
yeah, I texted you. I was like, it's hilarious how much they're booing him. And you said, man, he should have just walked in the offseason for nothing.
He should have left for free.
Yeah.
He should have left for free. They got Wah for
Yeah.
him.
And
Like-
and then we started discussing what would be the funniest way to celebrate if he scored a goal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like the
there's-
I can't hear you or the Hulk Hogan putting his hand up to his ear kind of thing.
the Hulk Hogan and the I can't hear you are the same.
Oh, they're the
to
same
me.
thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
ear, the hand to ear, the I is to
Yeah,
to me,
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't hear
well, with Hulk Hogan, there's
Um,
like a wind up to it kind of thing.
you. That is true, yeah.
Um,
The shush would have
the
been
shush
good,
would have been pretty
the
good
finger,
too.
finger to the mouth. Yeah, that would have been great.
That would have been good, yeah.
Um,
But he didn't score, so we didn't get it. Next year.
yeah, unfortunately.
Next year.
But yeah, the Toronto was 2 for 10 on the power play this week, 6 for 8 on the penalty kill. They don't get top player.
Alrighty. That's it for the Atlantic, eh?
That's it.
All right. So we're back, and we're back. We had to pause there for a second. I guess I paused it without saying it on there, but whatever, you guys heard it. Anyway, we're back with the Metro. Clay, you just said you have news.
Willie Nylander got fined $5K.
That's what I figured was going to happen.
Yeah, that's
I get it.
Not even a slap on the wrist.
Not to him. He has a huge contract.
Exactly.
I get it. It doesn't look good. Technically, it was a crude hand gesture, but
well, it's also like I know it's like I don't know the Canadian version, but like the FCC, you do get fined for that.
Yeah.
Like you get in trouble for that.
Yeah. I do love that. I don't know if it's the same in Canada, but there's a lot of TV stations in the United States that have just been like, fuck it, we're just going to show whatever.
Yeah.
And the FCC can find us, right? Because that's what Comedy Central did with South Park a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, you know what? We don't care. Just find us. This is by far the most profitable show on this channel. We don't care.
It's what kept them afloat. Keeps them afloat.
Yeah, I think it's the only thing that's keeping Comedy Central alive currently is that show. Anyway, let's move on to the Metropolitan Division. Carolina went 2-0-1 this week. They beat Buffalo 2-1, close game, 29-18. The shots for Carolina. Svechnikov a goal and an assist. Aho 2 assists, and Brendan Bussey 17 of 18 for the win. They lost to Chicago in a shootout, little shame. Stahl, Blake, and Nystrom scored the goals, while Anderson was 19 of 22. And then they beat Ottawa 4-1, as Clay just mentioned. Jarvis, a goal and an assist. Chatfield, 2 assists. And Brendan Bussey, 35 of 36. And Brendan Bussey's your top player for the Carolina Hurricanes. 52 of 54, 9.63 save percentage, 1.01 goals against.
Well, like, in watching the Buffalo game, yeah, they outshot Buffalo, but Buffalo had higher quality shots.
Yeah, like, that's kind of what you got to remember is like
those saves that he made, and he robbed at least 2 goals from the Sabres.
I think we've said this several times.
How they
like
got that win.
The shot disparity is almost, I would say it's almost not even worth mentioning anymore, because like a team like Carolina, their whole philosophy is pepper the goalie. Not all of these are good shots, and get the rebounds. Yes, and get rebounds. That's usually what they're trying for, and it's successful for Carolina. Carolina's been winning with that strategy for a while now.
Yep.
But then there are teams that consistently have pretty low shot totals, and it's because they wait for an open shot instead of trying to play for a rebound.
Well, there's also some times where like the defense. There is times where the defense is suffocating and doesn't allow a lot of shots, but
sure, I think those times are. It's good to mention that too, but like, so I know we mentioned the shot disparities, and I'm sure we still will, but sometimes it's just like in this game, you said Buffalo had way higher danger shots, whereas Carolina was just playing their game.
That is true, but Carolina's defense was also suffocating.
Yeah.
Like
okay, fair enough.
It broke a couple of times, and Buffalo was able to get some high danger shots. So, but like for the most part, Carolina's defense played very well.
Yeah.
But there's another stat like giveaways, like takeaways versus giveaways. I don't even look at giveaways because. They count dump and chase. If you dump it as a giveaway.
I don't, and and it's also giveaways and takeaways can kind of be subjective for the stat scorer of each arena, because in case you guys don't know, each arena has all 32 arenas has a guy or girl that is sitting there counting all the stats, or a team of people, but it's the same as like shot totals
and hits.
and hits.
So
So like shot totals, I guess, can be defined properly, but like something like a hit or a giveaway or a takeaway, it can be kind of ambiguous.
well, they've since sports betting has become such a thing, shots have been under a lot more scrutiny, and they've been taking away more shots. That
Yeah, I've seen that in games that I've watched where all of a sudden it's like, oh, 10 to 8, and then you look back a minute later and it's 9 to 8 because they actually took one of the shots away.
because it used to be if the shot hits the goalie, it's considered a
Yeah.
shot. But now they're taking away shots that the goalie hits that wouldn't have gone into the net anyway.
Right. So technically, a shot is any puck, any a shot counts as any shot that would go in the net if the goalie was not there.
Right.
Right. So a block shot does not count. Shots that go wide do not count. Shots that hit the pipes do not count.
That's why you get shot attempts.
Yeah, that's why they show shot attempts a lot now because they used to not at all. So
Mhm.
like a team might have 15 shots in a period, but their shot attempts is 25, right?
Right.
That's what's taking that all taken into account. Anyway, let's go back to Carolina. They were 2 for 11 on the power play with a shorthanded goal against, 6 for 6 on the penalty kill, 32, 15, and 569 points. First place in the Metro.
Yeah.
By a solid, I think 6 points currently, right now.
They're very much holding on to their
They're
spot.
holding on to it, but the team in second place, I'm just saying, they have a game in hand and they're getting close. Don't put that finger down, Willie Nylander. Columbus is up next. They went 2-1 this week. They lost to Ottawa 4-1. Monahan had the only goal in that game. Both goalies played 17 of 20 combined. They shut out Dallas, which I'm going to say is pretty impressive, 1-0. Werenski
Yeah.
had the only goal. Greaves, 28 saves for that shutout. Jet Greaves, I think, is just the starting goalie in Columbus at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Merzlikins is playing fine, but I think
He's playing well. But
Jet Greaves is younger, and I think he's
cheaper.
Merzlikins has already asked for a trade a couple of times since he's been
Yeah.
there. All right, and then they beat Tampa Bay 8-5, and the Tampa Bay gets severely injured throughout the game. Marchment had a hat trick and a goal in this game. Coyle and Fantilli each had a goal and 2 assists. Marchenko and Werenski each had 2 assists, and Jet Greaves was 25 of 30. No top player, though. Kind of spread out scoring, taking the Tampa Bay game into account as well, obviously, because Marchment had 4 points in that game.
Right.
1 for 6 on the power play, 6 for 7 on the penalty kill, 24, 20, and 7. 55 points, 7th place in the division. But they're not 8th anymore.
No, they're not.
New Jersey having a bit of a bounce back week. Bounce back couple of weeks, I think, after a rough month and a half. 3-1 this week. They beat Calgary in overtime 2-1. Outshot them 32-22. Mercer and Nemec had the goals. Nemec's was the overtime game winner. And Markstrom was 21 of 22. They then beat Edmonton 2-1. A lot of Metro teams on either the West Coast, Pacific Northwest, or Western Canada this week.
Yes.
Because
I had
New Jersey was over there. I think the Islanders were partially over there. The Rangers were in California. Philly was
Pittsburgh,
over there.
Washington.
Pittsburgh was over there, and Washington was over there. So a lot of Metro
So-
teams on the West Coast this week.
So I had something break my brain during this writing these notes because Calgary played New Jersey, Pittsburgh, Washington, Anaheim.
They ended the week by playing Anaheim. That's funny.
Well, here's the thing. Edmonton, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, Washington, they play Anaheim tonight.
Yeah.
So the exact
So they had
same
the exact same
teams
schedule. That's
in
funny.
that order. Like I'm just very much
I think
writing
it's
this as
kind of
like,
weird
wait,
for
what?
a solid more than half of the division to be over in that area at the same time. Because like the Western Canada West Coast trips are planned to play all those teams in one trip usually, right?
Yes, but they did the reverse earlier in the season with all the West Coast teams.
Oh,
being
I
on
guess
the
that's
East Coast.
true. I guess that's true. And they were all playing the Metro division kind of at the same time too. Yeah. I just think it's interesting. I was doing my notes. I was like, oh man, like 5 of these teams were in on either in California or Western Canada this
Yep.
week. Um, so anyway, New Jersey beat Edmonton 2-1. Glass and Gritsyuk a goal and an assist. Allen 22 of 23 beat Vancouver 5-4. Cody Glass 2 goals and an assist. Hischier, and here's another guy I've never heard of before. Hamin Aho.
Who?
Haminaho is his name. Is his last name. Hameenaho.
I reiterate. Who?
Yeah, I know. Him and Hischier had a goal and an assist apiece. Marchenko. Markstrom, 21 of 25 in that game. And then they lost to Seattle 4-2. They outshot Seattle 29-19. Jack Hughes and Dougie Hamilton a goal and an assist. Dougie Hamilton, another guy out there in the trade discussions. Who knows where he might go?
I mean, we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about it last week. We don't have to go into it, but Brown 2 assists in that game. Markstrom 15 of 18. Cody Glass and Dougie Hamilton are their top players. Cody Glass had 3 goals and 2 assists this week. Real good week for him. Hamilton, goal and 4 assists. 4 for 10 on the power play with a shorthanded goal against. 12 for 12 on the penalty kill. 27, 23, and 2. 56 points, 6th place, but not by a lot. I think there are 3 points out of being in 3rd place. So 3 points behind the next team, the Islanders, who went 1-2 this week. Also on the West Coast for 2 of these games anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Vancouver 4-3. 4 different players had 2 points. Sorokin, 29 of 32. Lost to Seattle 4-1. Duclair had the only goal in that game, while Sorokin was 21 of 24. 1 for 7 on the power play in that game. 7 power plays, and they still lost by 3. Could have at least made it a little closer. And then they got shut out by Buffalo 5-0. Rittich, 16 of 20 in that one. And, I got to give it to Duclair. He did have 3 goals this week as their top player. 2 for 13 on the power play, 7 for 8 on the penalty kill. They are 27, 19, and 5. 59 points, 3rd place in the division.
Yeah.
They're still there, though. They're still
there.
Got to give them their props because I don't think we had much hope for this team this year. Not be like bottom of the league, but be kind of a middle mediocre team. But they've played really well. Schaefer has made a lot of a difference for them. I think Waugh has figured something out with this team. And maybe just the looming specter of Lou Lamoriello being gone also helps.
that probably
They can grow their hair and beards again. Oh, okay.
Not even just grow their hair. Just have a different.
Just have a
freaking
not all
haircut.
Look exactly the same.
Slick back Italian look.
I mean, that's so funny to say. No, you're not wrong. That's what I was going to say. It's such a funny thing to say, but if you go and look back at the teams, the only guy who didn't look like that, I think, is Anders Lee, because he's blonde.
No, Anders Lee did, because he still had the same slick back.
He still had the slick back hair, but he was blonde at least.
The only guy who didn't look like that was Anthony Duclair.
Right, because he's black.
And then he had to take a leave of absence after
because they were like, "Why don't you look like an Italian guy?"
Right,
no, I'm just kidding.
exactly.
I'm sure that was not why, but anyway. All right, let's talk.
Not completely why.
Not completely why, but maybe
part of it was why. But,
he's playing great this year. They've settled whatever it was between them. Let's talk about the Rangers. If everybody would like a laugher, 0 for 3 this week in California, I should say. Lost to Anaheim 5-3. Panarin, goal and an assist. Miller and Trocheck, 2 assists. Spencer Martin, that is, 21 of 25. Lost to LA 4-3. JT Miller, 2 goals in this game. Johnny Quick, 23 of 27. And then lost to San Jose 3-1. Carrick had the only goal. Spencer Martin, 29 of 32. JT Miller is their top player, 2 goals, 2 assists. Got to give it to him there. 2 for 8 on the power play, 10 for 13 on the penalty kill, and the Rangers have the distinction of being the only team in the Metro not over Hockey 500 at 21, 25, and 6. 48 points, 8th in the division, and I believe last place in the Eastern Conference.
Uh, I don't know about the Eastern Conference, but definitely last place in the Metro. How
Definitely
many
last place in
points?
the Metro, 48.
Yeah.
Last place in the East. So there you go, and they've already given up on the season. So
Yes, they have.
Philly is up next. They went 2-0-1 this week. They were actually in the Mountain Time zone this week.
Hmm.
They beat Vegas 2-1. Konechny both goals, both unassisted, which I thought was odd. Isn't that weird? Oh,
One
this
was
was an overtime.
shorthanded.
This was an overtime, no?
Who? Say that again.
Philly and Vegas?
Yeah, overtime.
Overtime. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to write the overtime down. So Konechny obviously scored the overtime game winner as well. Both unassisted, which is very strange. Which means
Um.
Konechny was all the offense, literally, this in this game.
Well, they did that shorthanded goal. Like he ripped someone off
Sure,
because
sure,
one was
sure.
shorthanded. So
But I'm just saying, like, it's just weird that there was no assists at all on both
no
of them.
assist. Yeah.
Urson, 24 of 25. Lost to Utah in overtime, 5-4. Dvorak, 2 goals and an assist. Hey, he's been playing well since getting his contract that I don't think he deserves. Zegras and Draisaitl, 2 assists. And Urson, 22 of 27. And then they beat the pants off of Colorado 7-3. I don't know what
Beat
was
the
going on
pants off
with
of
Colorado in
Colorado.
this game. Owen Tippett had a hat trick and an assist.
Yep.
Mishikov, 2 goals and an assist. Barkey, a goal and an assist. That guy, hey, we mentioned him last week.
Who?
Mentioned him last week at least. Barkey.
Uh,
Urson, 32 of 35 in that one. Konechny's their top player, 2 goals, 2 assists. They were 3 for 10 on the power play, 12 for 14 on the penalty kill, 24, 17, and 9. Pretty good record.
yeah.
57 points, 4th in the division, and just outside of the playoffs currently. Let's talk about this next team. The Pittsburgh Penguins went to the Pacific Northwest and Alberta and conquered the shit out of it because they went 4-0.
Mm.
They and in 3 of the 4 games they blew the pants off of the teams. They beat Seattle 6-3. Connor Dewar 2 goals in this game. Mantha, Lizotte, and Crosby each had 2 assists, and Skinner 20 of 23. They beat Calgary 4-1. Tommy Novak and Malkin each had a goal and an assist, and St. Ivani had 2 assists, while Skinner was 18 of 19.
Yeah.
They beat Edmonton 6-2. 4 different players had 2 points. Shilov's in net for this one, 30 of 32, and they scored 3 goals in 37 seconds
Wow.
in the
Yeah,
first period.
they did. Yeah, that
It was,
is.
and that was, it wasn't the first 37 seconds of the game, but it was within the first 3 minutes of the game.
Yes.
And I had to rewind it because, like, oh wait, no, was I watching this game? No, I was not watching this game, but because it was West Coast time, I was asleep. But
Right.
I just remember, I think I was laying in bed and I looked at the score and it was 3-0, and I was like, "Whoa, what happened?" Because Anthony Mantha, and you know what, I will give Jari credit. 5 of these
Anthony
6 goals
Manthony.
were not his fault. Anthony Manthony, because Mantha scored on a breakaway, he scored on a tip. Crosby scored on one of the most insane tips I've ever seen, where he tipped
Yep.
it from like the face-off dot between his legs and past Jari. And
Awesome.
then I think there was a Malkin breakaway. I think there was another 2-on-1, and the only goal that he probably should have had was the Shinikov goal, which I think was the 5th goal, because like he was way out of position on it. Is all. But there you go, 3 goals, 37 seconds. I think the most that has been scored on Edmonton, the fastest anyway. I think.
Well, I think that's the fastest 3 goals in Penguins history.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm
That's
thinking
what
of.
I saw.
Fastest 3 in Penguins history.
Yeah.
But pretty stunning in the first 3 minutes to be down 3-0. That's pretty disheartening.
Yep.
Edmonton's still without Draisaitl, right? Is he still over in Europe, or is he back?
He's hurt. I think he's expected to be back. He might have. He might.
Well, because
have
he's not
been back.
hurt. He's over dealing with some
Yes.
sickness in the
Family.
family,
Yes.
right?
Um.
So
I don't
he
know if he's back
always
yet.
he always shreds the Penguins. So maybe that was the problem, that he just wasn't there. Then Pittsburgh won a close game against Vancouver 3-2. Ben Kindle had 2 goals in this game in essentially his hometown. He is from British Columbia,
Yeah.
but not from Vancouver proper, but from British Columbia. His entire family was at the game, and Stuart Skinner was 30 of 32.
Mm-hmm.
Malkin and Mantha are their top or co-top players. 3 goals and 2 assists for Malkin, 2 goals and 3 assists for Mantha. 0 for 6 on the power play with a shorthanded goal against. 6 for 7 on the penalty kill with a shorthanded goal for. And they were 26, 14, and 11. 63 points, second in the division. They have, since that Christmas break where Crosby himself was like, man, we really needed this 3-day Christmas break. I guess he was right because there's something like
Right.
9-2-1 since then. So,
It makes up for signing Mike McCarthy as a head coach.
shut up. That's a
Steelers.
different team. I don't want to talk about it.
Look, the Penguins this year and the Caps, conversely, are doing the inverse of last year.
Yes. Well, the Caps aren't that bad. Let's not. They're in a rut right now because they went 1-2-1 this week.
They gave Vancouver their first win in 2026.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna point that out, but just to be nice.
I was gonna.
I wanted to say
Vancouver. So,
I wanted to say with the Penguins game, it's funny that of the 4 teams of Seattle, Calgary, Edmonton. I mean, Calgary's not very good, but Seattle and Edmonton are maybe in playoff spots, fighting for playoff spots.
Yeah.
That Vancouver, the worst team in the league, gave the Penguins the closest game of those 4 games. Anyway, so Washington did go 1-2-1 this week. Losing to Colorado 5-2. Got outshot by 20 shots, 44-24. Ethan Frank, a revelation this year, goal and an assist.
Yep.
Lindgren, 39 of 44 in that one. They lost to Vancouver 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
Strome did have 2 goals and an assist in this game, while Sertif had a goal and an assist, and Carlson had 2 assists. Thompson, 21 of 25. They beat Calgary.
Yeah.
3-1. Outshot Calgary, 38-26. Fehervari had 2 assists. Thompson, 25 of 26. And then lost to Edmonton. Hey, in overtime, though. 6-5.
Dude. Oh, they gave up this game. They gave up this game.
They're in the Penguins in December.
Yeah, basically.
Arc of their season. Did they blow a lead in this game? I didn't really look into it.
They did. Bouchard scored to tie it with. They had a minute of. It was 6-on-5. They had a minute of like offensive time, and then Bouchard tied it. Draisaitl did play this game, so he is back.
So he is back. Okay.
Yeah.
McMichael and Sertif both had a goal and an assist in this game. Wilson, Carlson, 2 assists. Lindgren, 34 of 40. Dylan Strome, right?
Yes.
That's the Strome that they have. 3 goals, 3 assists to be their top player. 4 for 15 on the power play. 13 for 16 on the penalty kill. 25, 21, and 7. 57 points. 5th place. Tied with Flyers.
Tied with the Flyers.
But I believe the Flyers have 3 games in hand on them.
Yeah, they do. They do.
And I think they have the same games played, or no, I think the Islanders have a game in hand on them, and the Penguins have 2 or 3 games in hand on them.
The Capitals have one of the most games played so far.
54 games played, I think.
53.
53. Okay. So yeah,
no one has more than 53 right now.
Oh, okay. So I think that would be the Flyers have 2 games in hand on them. So do the Penguins, and then I believe the
Flyers
Islanders
have 3.
They've only played 50 games.
Yeah, Flyers have only played 50.
Oh, okay. So not great for Washington, but hey, I know we on this show assume that games in hand is a win until the game is played. They might lose those games, you never know.
They're gonna win those games. Because it's still assuming.
All right, well, that is it for the Metro and my teams in general.
It's amazing because I've been thinking about the Rangers,
mm-hmm.
obviously, because of the
Because of how bad
whole.
they are.
Well, there's that. The whole letter, again.
Oh, the letter.
Um, it's amazing because it's amazing how Tom Wilson affected this team.
True. The Rangers
Because
specifically.
the Rangers, yes, and the Canadiens, if you look at it.
Well, that you put
Because
stank on the the Canadians name.
no, I'm not. I'm not putting stank on it because Wilson had that fight
Mm-hmm.
with half of the Rangers. Ragdoll Panarin.
Yes.
Gorton refused to the GM Gorton, Jeff Gorton refused to change his rebuild. It's just like we're still
Right.
rebuilding.
Right.
So Drury fired him, or Dolan fired
Oh,
him.
that's right. And then Jeff Gorton went to Montreal.
Yes,
Oh,
Jeff Gorton
that's
went to
right.
Montreal to become the president of hockey operations, who hired Ken Hughes.
I totally forgot that wrinkle of the story.
Yes.
And then here we are, with Drury
Here we are.
kind of fucking
'Cause-
up this this
Drury was
roster
Gorton.
years later.
Drury was Gorton's assistant GM.
Yeah.
And looking at Gorton, he was the interim GM for Boston in the 2006 draft, which gives them Phil Kessel, Lucic, and Marchand.
Phew, what a draft.
And as interim, he also traded to Raycroft for Rask,
Oh my god, the trick of the decade back then.
and he signed Zdeno Chara and Mark Savard as free agents.
Wow. Wow. Oh man.
And then the Bruins hired Chiarelli as their GM and fired
And
Gorton.
then they fucked it up. I mean, they did win the cup in 2011. But that was because, oh my god, because Zdeno Chara was there in his prime.
Yep.
And Mark Savard, very good as well.
And Rask.
And Rask, oh my god. Well, it was Tim.
Rask was the backup.
It was Tim Thomas in
Rask was the
2011.
backup.
But Rask was there at the very least.
Yep.
Oh
Marchand
my
was a
god,
rookie.
I didn't even realize he did all of that for Boston. And then
I didn't either.
Chiarelli shit all over it.
I didn't either. That's why I'm like saying this, because I am on his Wikipedia page.
Well, like it's just so strange looking back on all of those. Hey. Sorry. My dog periodically has decided to go in the bathroom to get me to yell at her, apparently. I think she wants attention.
She wants attention.
What was I saying? Oh, to look back on what Chiarelli did to Boston.
Oh my god, they should have multiple cups.
They should, because like if you look back before he started just like shredding all of those guys off of there, they had Kessel and Sagan. They have Kessel and Sagan at the same time. Close, yeah, they had to at least a year or two.
They had to, yeah.
They had Kessel and Sagan, and even before that, they got rid of Joe Thornton for like dubious reasons.
Yep.
That wasn't Chiarelli. That was somebody else, but.
That wasn't Chiarelli. It wasn't Gorton either.
No, it was neither one of them. It was whoever was before them. But like, they got rid of Kessel, they got rid of Sagan for like whatever reasons, right? Yep. Kessel goes on to play pretty well in Toronto. Toronto does him dirty again. Goes to Pittsburgh, wins 2 cups. You know.
I mean, Thornton wins the Hart the year he gets traded.
Yeah, I know. It all goes back to Cam Neely, right? It all goes back to Cam Neely. Who's the president or whatever of the team, and has been the president for a long time. It's just so weird to look back, because Boston still had some really good teams in that time, right? Chiarelli didn't completely destroy the team, but like, you know, if Kessel and Sagan were both there in the mid 2010s, they would have another cup or two probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever. All right, let's finish things with the Pacific, because we're recording pretty long here. I thought this was gonna be a shorter episode. I didn't say it, but like I was like, we don't have any news.
He was appointed vice president the year after 2006. So
Who was Ken Hughes?
Cam Neely.
Cam Neely. Okay. Okay, so that was that was after they got rid of Thornton.
Yeah. All right.
Thornton was like 2002 or something. Go
All
ahead.
right. So let's talk about the Pacific real quick. The Rangers, the Ducks. Uh,
They played the
as of
Rangers.
2 weeks, they did. As of 2 weeks ago, they were on a 9-game losing streak.
Yeah.
This week they went 4-0 and are on a 7-game
Ooh.
win streak. Um,
Damn. Good for them.
they're 28, 21 and 3, 59 points. It's good for third in the division. Started the week by beating the Rangers 5-3. Gauthier 2 goals in that game. They beat Colorado in the shootout. Talked about how that was a smash and grab. They beat Seattle 4-2. Gauthier a goal and assist in that game, and then they beat Calgary 4-3 in overtime. Beckett Seneca gets his first career hat trick. And they were outshot by Calgary 35-21. Gauthier and Lucas Dostal, are their top players. Gauthier 3 goals and 3 assists this week, and Dostal 4-0 this week, saving 111 for 120 shots.
God
That's a
damn.
.925 save percentage, which is a .225 goals against average. Yeah.
Dang. Dang. That Beckett Seneca kid is
Oh my
really,
God.
really good.
His reaction and our reaction for him being taken third overall are the same.
They were
Because
correct in taking him there, though.
But they were correct in taking him there.
He has like 20 goals this year already. He has by far maybe not by far, but he has the most goals by a rookie.
I believe that is correct. And then no, you're right.
So
next up,
great. He's a great player.
Anaheim was 2 for 8 on the power play, 6 for 9 on the penalty kill. There's another bad penalty kill for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on to Calgary, they went 2-2 this week. They're 21, 25, and 6, 48 points, 7th in the division. The 1-2 overtime loss against the Devils. Cooley in net with a .938 save percentage there. He tried his best. They lose to Pittsburgh 4-1. They lose to Washington 3-1. They were outshot 38-26, and then they lose 3-4 in overtime. Coronado did have a goal and assist this game. On the week, they were 2 for 8 on the power play, 8 for 8 on the penalty kill, so that's good. They only get a top player. Edmonton 1-2 this week.
Dang.
They're 26, 19, and 8, 60 points, second in the division. A 1-2 loss against the Devils. A 2-6 loss against Pittsburgh. They did have a shorthanded goal in this game. And the 6-5 overtime win against Washington. Ingram started this game. Jari finished it. Evan Bouchard, a 6-point night. 3 goals.
Damn.
3 assists. He gets his first career hat trick as well.
Hell of a night for him.
Absolutely hell of a night for him. 1 for 7 on the power play. 7 for 8 with a shorthanded goal. 4 on the penalty kill this week.
I was so pissed when I looked at the stat line for the Pittsburgh game and saw that one of those goals was a shorthanded goal.
Have a top player.
All right.
Because
Evan Bouchard scored 6 points in one game. Like that's.
Yeah, exactly. There it is. He on the week had 7 points. So
sure. Right.
He had 1 assist in the other 2 games.
Yeah.
Don't get top player.
Yeah, you hear that, Evan Bouchard? Play more consistently.
The Kings only played 2 games this week. They went 2-0.
Okay.
They're 21, 16, and 13, 55 points, 5th place. This is the 55-point page. They beat the Rangers 4-3. Kemper does get injured in this game, and Forsberg comes in for relief.
Anton Forsberg?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even realize he was on LA.
Yeah, he's been their backup.
I feel like I kind of just assumed Phoenix Copley was still there because he's just like always there.
He is in the wings.
He's just been on LA for what feels like 15 years.
It's only been like.
I know he was on Washington before that.
Well, he kept going back and forth between Washington and the Blues, and then got like solid time.
Yeah.
as the Kings
as the
guy.
Kings backup. He was their starter
And then
for like one
he
season, if I
became their
remember
starter. Yeah,
correctly.
he was. But the Kings finished the week by beating St. Louis 5-4 in overtime. Trevor Moore scored a goal and gets the winning shootout goal. Um, but the Kings are 0 for 6 on the power play, 4 for 5 on the penalty kill. They don't have a top player.
All right.
San Jose 2-1 this week, 26-21-3, 55 points, fourth in the division.
Yeah, let's go San Jose.
They beat Florida 4-1. Nedeljkovic in net. They lose to Tampa 1-4. Askarov in net, and they beat the Rangers 3-1. Nedeljkovic in net. Celebrini 2 goals in that game. 2 for 11 on the power play. 6 for 6 on the penalty kill. Nedeljkovic is their top player. He stopped 63 for 65 this week for a .969 save percentage with a 1 goal against average, and this is his 5th straight win.
Damn. Good for Nedeljkovic.
Yep. Seattle played 4 games this week. They went 2-2. They
Wait,
are
hold on.
23.
Hold on. Nedeljkovic got in a fight this week, too.
Yes, he did.
There was a goalie fight. He fought Bobrovsky this week.
All right.
We can't not mention that.
I completely forgot about that. All right. Evan Rodriguez. I think it was Evan Rodriguez. It sounds like Evan Rodriguez. Or Carter Verhaeghe. One of those two.
I don't know.
Likes to board
Somebody
people.
on the Florida team.
Likes to board people. Boarded someone on the Sharks defense.
Mm-hmm.
And Nedeljkovic joined that fight. And then because of that,
Bobrovsky was like, all right,
joined
let's go.
that fight. Bobrovsky did not stop and wait at the center line. He just charged.
I mean, because like
good on him.
Yeah, because they don't want goalies to fight.
It's the first goalie fight in 6 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the first one in a long time. Because a lot of goalies have gotten hurt in fights. I know Ray Emery fucked up Brandon Holtby in a fight, which I think was the genesis of this. Like maybe the goalie shouldn't fight.
That is true, and it wasn't necessarily because he hurt Holtby. It's because
it was just really one-sided. Yeah,
Holtby didn't want it.
He didn't want to fight.
He wasn't at center ice. He wasn't trying to fight. Ray Emery just went across the ice, and one of the refs just let him beat
the shit. Yeah, I beat the shit out of Holtby.
Yeah.
But like just thinking back, like a while ago, Brent Johnson, former backup goalie of the Penguins, absolutely decked Rick DiPietro.
Yep.
And knocked DiPietro out in one punch, and also as DiPietro was falling to the
tore his ACL.
To the ice, tore his ACL. So I think those two incidents, among other ones, are probably the genesis of like maybe goalies shouldn't fight.
I think last year, it's because you're not allowed to take a helmet off, and for goalies to fight,
right? They have to take their helmets off. Yeah, they're gonna break their hands.
That's why they don't allow. That's why they don't allow goalie fights. Last year there was 2 attempted ones with Fleury trying to go after Binnington. Allmark tried to. I can't remember.
Oh my God, Fleury and Binnington would have been a funny ass fight.
Exactly.
Because I think Binnington has so much rage inside of him that I think he would have annihilated Fleury.
Well, have you seen Binnington without his pads on? He's a stick.
So is Marc-Andre Fleury.
A
lot of goalies are.
Fleury has the old man strength. It's very much
true. That's a good point.
I think it's even. Allmark tried to fight somebody last year, and I can't remember who.
I hope he fights Swayman. That'd be.
I don't think they're going.
That would be heartbreaking if they fought.
But yeah, no, they very much put the kibosh on that.
The refs try to stop it as fast as they can, but we finally got one. That's why Bobrovsky was like, "Fuck it, we're fighting," and he charged right at Nedeljkovic.
And
Bobrovsky lost that fight. Yeah.
Yes, he did. And I understand why Bobrovsky joined the fight, because you had Nedeljkovic.
Yeah, he was in there. He was in there jousting, pushing around. Yeah.
Nedeljkovic was throwing hands.
Mm-hmm. So, like, good on Bobrovsky. He was coming to his teammates' defense.
Yes. But yeah, thank you for bringing up that goalie fight.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I was like, I know Nedeljkovic got in a fight this week, and he's not even. The second I heard you say Seattle, I was giving you a second because you were saying Nedeljkovic has won 4 straight games or whatever, and I was like,
5 straight.
And he got in a fight this week, right?
And 1-0 in a fight.
And 1-0 in a
Um.
fight.
All right, Seattle
Seattle.
2-2 this week. They're 23-19-9, 55 points, sixth in the division. All three guys on this page, all three teams on this page, 55
Yeah, that's
points.
funny. That's so funny.
3-6
San
loss
Jose's,
against.
I just looked, has the wild card spot of those three teams.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Because they have the least amount of games played.
They have the same one. They have the same amount as LA, but they have the
And
regulation,
regulation
wins over LA.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just straight
All
up
right.
more wins than LA, but I know that's like the third tiebreaker.
That's not 3-6 loss against Pittsburgh. Ben Meyer goal and assist. 4-1 win against the Islanders. Vince Dunn a goal and assist. 2-4 loss against Anaheim. And then a 4-2 win against the Devils. They were outshot 29-19 against the Devils. They were 2 for 13 on the power play,
Yikes.
while also giving up 2 shorthanded goals.
Ooh, bad. Oh, I'm
They're
assuming one of those was against the Penguins, because I know the Penguins had a shorthand goal, yeah.
Yep.
It's probably
they're
Connor
one of the
Dewar.
worst power plays in the league. And then they were 12 for 16 on the penalty kill. Also not good.
Look, the Islanders proved that you can have the worst penalty kill and the worst power play and still make the playoffs.
Yeah, how'd that go for them?
I mean, they still made the playoffs. That's my only point. They got swept, but they still made the playoffs.
Vancouver's up next. They went 1-3 this week. They are 17, 30-5, 39 points, last in the league.
Come to Vancouver, Gavin McKenna.
They've been doing. They're planning to not win the draft lottery. They are planning to draft third.
I will say it's a pretty.
Talking to defensemen.
It is a pretty stacked draft.
Yes.
The top defenseman, I think his name is Verhoff.
That's who they interviewed.
Yeah, they were already talking to him. So
yes,
he's like the second or third rated prospect overall, number one defenseman.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sorry about that. That was my fault.
Yeah, we had to pause again. Clay needed a potty break.
Yeah, so bad.
We're so close to the end, but Clay couldn't hold it anymore. It's okay. It happens.
But yeah, we're talking about Vancouver. The 3-4 loss against the Islanders. The 4-3 win against the Capitals. Besser had a goal and assist in this game. The 4-5 loss against the Devils, where they gave up They were 1 for 3 on the penalty kill, but they did have a shorthanded goal. And then the 2-3 loss against the Penguins. They were 0 for 8 on the power play. 4 for 9 on the penalty kill.
Oh, the worst of the week. 4 for 9, under 50%. Shame, Vancouver.
A short-handed goal.
I mean, technically that makes it better than 50%, but
that makes it 5 for 9, which I think ties them. Nope. The other team was 6 for 9. So.
In official stats, they don't count the shorthanded goal as a penalty kill, as an adjusted penalty kill. So under 50%, shame Vancouver, shame.
Yeah, they don't get a top player.
That's fair.
And then we're finishing up with Vegas, who went 1-3 this week.
Ooh, shame on Vegas.
And so did Edmonton was bad too, so
they lucked out.
25, 14, and 12, 62 points first in the division.
Yeah, that does remind me, like when the Penguins lost 8 games in a row, right? The rest of the Metro wasn't doing very well either, so it didn't really matter that much.
They didn't lose any ground.
Yeah, it ended up like not really mattering too much.
All right. So the 1-2 loss against Philly gave up a shorthanded goal there. 3-4 loss against Boston. A 6-3 win against Toronto. Mark Stone 2 goals and an assist, and then the 1-7 loss against Ottawa. They were 2 for 14 on the power play with a shorthanded goal against.
Yowza.
That's bad.
Yeah.
And then they were 5 for 7 on the penalty kill. Also not good.
No.
Eichel is their top player. He did have 2 goals and 3 assists in those 4 games.
Hey, but they got to win for Marner in Toronto. That's all that matters.
They got to win for Marner in Toronto, and unlike Toronto, they show up in the big games.
True. They have a Stanley Cup in the last 50 some odd years.
They've only been here for 7 years, and they have 1 cup.
Yep. Take that, Toronto. Anyway, that's it for us this week. Thank you guys for listening. As always, we can be found wherever podcasts are found. Give us a rate, review, subscribe wherever applicable.
Yes, please.
And we shall see you next week for, I think, week 17 of the NHL season.
One of the last weeks before the break.
The last week before the break. Oh, actually, I wanted to ask you. I guess I'll ask you.
There's a couple games.
Do we want to delay the episode next week until the break?
No.
No? Okay. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Never mind. So we will see you guys at the same puck time.
Same puck place.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.